You don't want to do that corny start that we did last time?
No. Is it playing right now?
Do it for the fans, bro.
No.
Do it for the fans,
You
bro.
can do it for the fans. Is it recording right now?
Yeah, it's all
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, you said you worked at SoCal earlier. What did you do?
What if we just start with the fart noise of the
That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's just start talking.
Okay.
What did you do at SoCal earlier? Workout.
I stretched out pretty well.
Did you go by yourself?
Yeah, I swam by myself.
Uh-huh.
I stretched out pretty well. And then I did a little circuit, pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups. It's pretty basic. I call it a prison workout. You know, all you have is a bar in your body.
And the track.
And the track. Yeah, you know, like you don't use any equipment. It's just a prison workout. You know, it's just like just that basic stuff.
Did you drive? Like, you drove over to SoCal and worked out?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nowhere to work out here, man. Like I don't know. At least I don't know.
Maybe can you go to Monte Vista?
Yeah, but I don't even know how to get there. It's like I just don't know Watsonville as well as I do Capitola and Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I went this morning at like 8:30 and worked out with Eric Wells up there. Did some Thai pad work.
Oh, okay.
Went on the bars.
Oh,
so
okay.
like 12-year-olds were talking crap to us.
Oh.
There's like a baseball team up top like playing ball.
Yeah,
and then like Eric was doing like these like weird like planche push-ups. And so 12-year-olds like, hey, watch your form on your push-ups. And I just
really?
Yeah.
Wait, what's a planche push-up?
Like there's this how did I describe it? It's like, do you know what an L-sit is? Like you hold that position?
Yeah.
A planche is kind of the reverse of that. So instead of you're like in a push-up position, but you're like your legs are up and you're trying to like balance yourself out.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I can't do it right now, obviously.
No, yeah. I can try that. I can kind of imagine.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more, like, because I get, like my lower back hurts, so I think of, like, strengthening my core, so I'm doing, like, L-sits more.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Try to work a little more core than, like, leg lifts.
Yeah. And are you still going to...
Cabrillo Fitness.
Yeah, okay. And then Kaijin every Monday, Wednesday morning?
Well, when I can. Lately, I've been having to... This past week, I didn't go because my mother was having some, like issues in the morning, like, having to take in her meds, so I took, like, a day or two off. But, what was it? Usually like a Monday, Wednesday, Fridays in the morning, yeah. And then Cabrillo Fitness whenever I can. I might even go later today, depending on how tired I am.
Really?
Yeah.
To get a second one in?
Yeah.
Yeah, two-a-days?
Yeah.
Remember that in football, two-a-days?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Dude, those were the days, the football days.
Dude, I feel like the football players are getting smaller.
Yeah.
The high school kids, I was talking about this not that long ago, they're like getting smaller now than they used to.
Maybe it's because we got bigger.
No, I know. I know that's obviously, but like even still, like...
Not that I'm a big guy, but...
No, but even still, I just feel like they're just small. Like remember, it's just George Dunlap?
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's none of that around here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
There's no big kids
if I'm being honest, like the quality of football around here is kind of deep. It's not as good as it used to be.
It's dumb.
Especially at SoCal, but like, yeah, we'll see how they do. I don't want to talk too much crap online, but...
No, yeah. No, I mean, I haven't, to be fair, I haven't seen a game or really I've heard of them for a long time.
I went to a few games, like watching like the juniors and maybe some of the sophomores after we graduated, especially like Fa, Lucas, and all of them, that because they did really well the year after us.
Oh yeah, that was like an alpha team. That was an alpha
Ryan,
team.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
But then after 19, 20 years old, I kind of just like let it go because I'm not playing anymore.
No, yeah,
So.
I don't really have any ties. I don't even watch UCLA football. Like, I don't know how they're doing. And they're already on week 3 or 4. Like,
yeah,
you know, like I don't know. I know that USC has been consistently better than them for the last like 4 years.
I was watching the game yesterday
With Cal?
with Cal and USC. When I was watching, it was tied. I think it was 2020. But when I look at the final, I stopped watching. USC pulled ahead and they won by 10 points. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I haven't been watching a lot of football.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty bandwagon though. Like now, I'm like rooting for the Raiders.
Really?
And when the Niners were doing well, I was rooting for the Niners. So I mean, I don't know.
I've never really had a team, but I like just seeing good players. Like back when Patrick Willis played or Frank Gore, what's his name? Khalil Mack's still playing for the Raiders, but like I like seeing a good player. Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you remember Jonathan Vilma on the Saints? Like if there's like a gap opening, like filled the hole, made the tackle. I just like seeing good effort.
That's why I like the Raiders. So I like Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is one of my favorite players ever.
Yeah.
Because he's from Oakland. He's from the Bay.
Yeah.
But just the way that he plays is so raw.
Yeah.
Like it's just so raw. Like he can't get tackled. So yeah, I mean I'm watching with them, I guess, which is bandwagon, but
you're taking like Spanish at Cabrillo, right?
Yeah, I'm taking Spanish at Cabrillo.
How's that going?
8 a.m.s, Monday, Wednesdays. It's fine, man. Like I'm good at Spanish. I can understand it. I can speak it.
Yo hablo muy poquito español.
Yeah.
Yo necesito practico mi español. Every job I've ever worked, I've needed to know Spanish, but I've never put in the time to actually learn it.
Yeah.
I totally should.
And now I have the time though to really officially learn it, and I think that's.
I think I might do a year. I might take like a few classes. Spanish classes just to actually learn Spanish and then just practice with people.
Yeah, and the teacher that I took Spanish 2 with like 3 years ago, and he still remembers me, and he's a great teacher. So I would recommend him.
And like a bunch of people come up to me and start speaking Spanish because I can kind of pass as.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So it's like that awkward thing where like I'm actually half Filipino and half Jewish. It's just like the weirdest
somehow
combo.
You turned out
and somehow, exactly. And somehow I get that. I've gotten Brazilian, I've gotten Puerto Rican, so it's like I might as well learn Spanish just like.
Yeah, just so you can embrace
so it's not the awkward encounter. It's like, oh, this fucking guy over here.
Yeah, you could embrace. Might as well embrace it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so necessary though.
Especially now, yeah. And like even as like a business person, like in Latin America, there's a lot of like people rising out of poverty. So if you really want to do international business, there's a large market in Latin America to totally do it too. If I just want to look at it from like like an expansion standpoint. So.
No, yeah, exactly. And
even just jobs in general in the United States, especially in California, you just need to be able to communicate with people.
Yeah,
so
just
it's a super useful skill.
Yeah, what did my Spanish teacher told me? California has the biggest population of Spanish speakers other than Mexico.
I was gonna say, other than Mexico maybe, but I was gonna say Florida in the United States, but maybe New York. I don't know.
No, California does. Biggest population numerically.
I believe it with San Diego, LA, and everywhere.
Other than Mexico, more than Spain, more than all the Latin American countries, more than all the South American countries. Mm-hmm. California. So you're like, okay, honestly, if you don't speak it, you're a minority. Technically, you are. Which is funny. That's not even political. That's just honest right there. That's just you are technically a minority.
Reality is reality. So.
Yeah, and plus I'm half Mexican, so there's some obligation there. Like I'm like, come on, I need to be able to. Work with my people, bro.
Yeah.
Work with my people, bro.
Yeah. But have you applied to that job over at downtown or the government?
Yeah. So I took a test.
Yeah.
So I took a test for that job, and they put me on a hiring list because it's a government position. It takes a long time. Yeah. So right now I'm just on a list. I actually pretty much secured a job though with this company called Encompass.
What do they do?
They're a umbrella organization for nonprofit that works solely in Santa Cruz, Watsonville, Santa Cruz County area, and they have a lot of different programs that are all nonprofit. I applied for the transitional program, meaning like from transitioning from incarceration into society.
You told me about that. Yeah. That's super important. Yeah.
Transition from and so I have a second interview on Tuesday, and actually have like this like. These essay questions I have to fill out. So
that's important. Like in the United States, like I don't mean to go on too much of a political rant, but it's just like the prison system. Like we have by far the most prisoners in the world. We have like one of the largest prison populations by like 5 times. We spend a bunch of money on that, locking up a bunch of innocent. Well, I don't know about innocent, but there's a lot of people that go to jail for drug offenses, not non-violent drug offenses that like, racks up that system. And a lot of those people, once they get out, they don't have the. Well, actually, if you get arrested for a felony, in some states, having possession of marijuana is a felony.
Yeah.
That you can't vote, and then a lot of people won't give you jobs. So then you're basically on your own trying to figure it out.
Can't vote. Can't get a job.
All those things, and like it's basically designed for you to go back into the system. So having that type of network to like help you re-implement into society is super important.
Yeah, so. And that's what's exciting about this position. It's essentially a counseling position that I would
especially since a lot of people who go to prison usually come from broken households. So being able to like rehabilitate them to be functioning members of society. Right. I don't want to judge people. I don't know their background, but
I mean they're like anybody else, but they just
So that's super cool, dude.
Yeah. So hopefully that works out, which I think it will. That's it for now. But I mean, lately I've just been chilling, man. Working out, working here and there for random people,
Going to trivia night.
Going to trivia night, bro. That was so fun, though.
Yeah, I know. I've
never gone before.
No, it's really fun. Yeah.
How long has it been going on? Forever?
I didn't start going. I started going with like, let's use names: Michael, West, Parker, Jake McConnell, James Fulcher, the Kiffs. I started going like maybe April or May this year, and then we kind of just made it like a weekly thing when we can.
Oh, that's cool.
And I haven't gone in like a month or so, just because of school and work and stuff like that, being out of town. But when we went this past Thursday, I had a lot of fun.
No, yeah, because
over at
Woodstocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was studying with Favi in the library, and then her friend walked up, and then they caught up. They hadn't seen each other in a while. They used to work together, That was and then she was like, "Oh, let's go to trivia night next Thursday," and then I was like, "Oh, at Woodstocks," because then I remember you had told me like the previous week.
Yeah, totally.
And I was like, "Oh, that's so random." Like I had 2 people tell me, "Let's go," and I had never even heard of it before.
No, it's totally.
So I made a point of trying to go just to see what it was all about, and then you showed up though, which was random.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. Like, if you would just text me a little bit earlier, I probably would have went with you. But
no, I
was really going with Michael and Alex.
We didn't really decide to go till like an hour or 2 before, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, Eddie goes to this. So let me hit him up." You know, and let me hit him up and see what's up. And then you're like, "Oh, I'm already going." I'm like, "Okay, chill," you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, next time we can make a team. Dude, those questions were hard, bro. Like,
some of them were hard.
Which
ones do you remember?
First 2 rounds, I got 1 out of first 2 rounds, I got a total of 2 right.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. What were some of the questions?
Which was the one that you remember? I remember the star one because I remember like they were like questioning too, like, "No, it's not." I was like, "No, believe me, it is."
Because they said, but then they said other than the sun.
And you want a technicality? Yeah, other than the sun, the brightest star. The brightest star in the night sky is Sirius. It's in the constellation constellation. I can't remember. I know it's known as the Dog Star, and it's not a star. It's actually a triple star system, a ternary star system that has 1 central star and 2 stars orbiting it. And it's relatively close to Earth. It's not that large, relatively speaking, but it's relatively close to Earth, and so it's very luminous relative to us. So,
wow.
There you go. I can go off on astronomy. I can totally go off on astronomy out there.
Was the question the brightest star in the night sky?
The brightest star in the night sky.
Okay. And that's basically saying the biggest star? Or
the biggest star? I think...
Is biggest equal brightest?
Biggest does not equal brightest because a star could be smaller but closer to us, but a star could be larger and farther away.
Farther away, yeah, that's true. So I guess there's 2 different questions.
Yeah. One of the larger stars in the night sky is Betelgeuse, which is in the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse.
Beetle, not Beetle?
It's not Beetlejuice, no. This is not some freaking guy from the 80s with like a black and white suit on with some frizzy hair. No. It's a red giant.
It's not even related to Beetlejuice?
As far as I know, no.
Beetlejuice?
It's if I remember correctly, it's spelled Betelgeuse. You have to look up that, but it's I think it was named by Arabic astronomers back in the thousands. There's a time frame that I wanted to be an astronomer, but I still do like astronomy. So a lot of amateur astronomers can actually contribute to scientific research by just like observing the night sky to see different things that are happening. So.
Have you been to the Griffith Observatory?
I haven't, but I want to go.
They have a periodic table in which they have like a sample of every element in the table. So it's like, you know.
What about was it radon and curium? And uranium? Do they actually have those? Some of those are radioactive. Like you can't put that on.
Some of them also only exist for like milliseconds.
Yeah.
You know, like I think Einsteinium only exists for a little bit in the lab. So they don't have those, but they have, you know, the tangible, all those metals, all the.
You can't have all of them.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
You can't have radium because I think that's what killed Madame Curie's husband, was basically working with radioactive material.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't want too many of those around.
Yeah.
But at the Griffith Observatory is where, in I think 1930, maybe 1928, Edwin Hubble discovered the expanding universe. It was at the Griffith Observatory.
Oh, really?
And the Hubble telescope is obviously named after Edwin Hubble. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, they have a lot of cool stuff up there, and plus it's just a beautiful area. You can see all the LA skyline and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I recommend it. We should have gone, bro.
I know. We can still go down there.
We can still go down.
We can still
go down, bro. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we'll go visit everyone down in LA and then just go and see the Griffith also.
Yeah.
What was it? There was something I was thinking of. Oh, I can't remember.
Griffith
Observatory.
Well, I think they have the Griffith in La La Land, which I didn't see, but I've heard of.
Okay. And I forgot. Maybe I'll come back. Oh yeah, UCLA. They have one of the best astrophysics programs in the world, and they discovered at UCLA, I think, what was happening was at the center of, I think, our galaxy or one of the galaxies, there was a star that was moving ridiculously fast. And they're trying to figure out that, and by using the rate at which that star and its mass was moving, they were able to infer the existence of a supermassive black hole in the middle. Because that supermassive black hole is just taking that star and whipping it around, which the amount of force it takes to rip around a star in its solar system is insane. The only thing it could be was a supermassive black hole.
And they did that at UCLA?
Yeah, pretty dang sure. Through different simulations, different computer simulations.
And the internet, they sent a message from there to Stanford, right?
I'm pretty sure that was the first message through an internet networking based system.
Right.
Was from UCLA to Stanford.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool shit, man.
Yeah, exactly.
What are some other questions from trivia night? that I couldn't.
We went from literally serious all the way to like internet and UCLA.
Yeah. What were some other questions from trivia night though that I couldn't?
There's the Buffalo Bill one that you told us that was wrong.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Ben was like leaving trivia, and I was like, "Yeah, this one's Buffalo Bill." You walked away not completely wrong. You got the Bill part right, but you didn't get the Buffalo Bill part right.
But I didn't even know I don't remember what that question was. Dude.
What did you name your team?
Oh, the Snapple caps.
Okay.
Dude, that's pretty clever, bro, because they have the facts on the end of the Snapple. I thought of that too. I thought that was clever.
I went up to Ben.
Oh my god, dude. Bro, you can't even say this, dude. That's so you can't say it.
You want me to? Or you guys can message me if you want to know. What we're going to name our team. And it rhymes with...
Say what rhymes with.
It rhymes with someone eating ASS.
Oh my god, yeah. I was like, what? I was like, you cannot name your team that, by the way.
We ended up naming our team the Dingleberries, so...
Oh, wait, did you hear us talking about Dingleberries?
No.
Because we were going to name our team Dingleberries too. We were going to name our team... I swear to God, we were going to name our team Dingleberries.
I just think you were stealing our name.
No, I swear to God, we were going to name our team Dingleberries. That's funny. And that was that Australian dude's idea. Jade, the dude with the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was he was like, oh, let's name it Dingleberries. I'm like, what the fuck? Nah, how about Snapple Caps? Something a little more, like, clever. But regardless, we just ate it. Like, what was up with that team who always, every single round got 7 out of 8, 8 out of 8?
They go there a lot. They've been there before.
Jeez,
like, I totally
Are they like UCSC students or something?
I think just regulars.
Yeah.
Bro. I can't remember the name of their team, though.
There was a question, I remember Hamlet was the answer.
There's one where I got this one wrong, and I totally thought I got it right. It was like, what was the name of the Tom Clancy novel that involved this SEAL team?
Oh, yeah.
That became a video game, and I said Splinter Cell.
My friend said Splinter Cell. We wrote
exactly, but it was Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six.
Which I thought it was Splinter Cell because my uncle used to play Splinter Cell, and when I was literally like 4 years old, I was watching him play it. And I remember, like, it was like some stealth thing, and I told him to shoot like a bag of flour to like reveal the laser beam to crawl under, and he actually got past it. So I was like, oh yeah, Splinter Cell, because I remember like all that stuff.
Right.
But it turned out to be Rainbow Six, which is another Tom Clancy novel that I think was made into a video game.
Yeah. Dude, I remember that one too.
Yeah.
And we got almost all the ones from the Santa Cruz one right though.
Yeah,
except for the Branson 40 question. The first Spanish was the first Spanish something.
I thought it was the Santa Cruz mission.
Yeah,
but it was just
that's
mission.
Exactly
I had no idea what it was.
That's what I said too. But the first Spanish maybe settlement or something. I think that's what was the question. Yeah. And then all the other ones we got right. Like I forgot what they even were.
Yeah, those are fun. We'll go to that one again.
Yeah, that was. Do they have different themes? Everything.
Yeah. They usually have different themes. In the summer, that they were going like hot with the themes, but I don't know if they had an exact theme. I guess it was Santa Cruz trivia, but usually they have a different one. Usually the third round they'll have like a specified trivia.
Does it go all year?
As far as I know, yeah. Yeah, so if they're not doing anything on Thursday night, come on.
I know, they should pay us for this advertisement, man. They're going to be making money. They're going to be paying money. They're going to be making money on this.
There's some... Oh, I'm not going to... Never mind.
What?
Like, you know, it's downtown Santa Cruz, right?
Well, yeah.
So, like, there's this couple, like, eating pizza, and then some random homeless dude just starts yelling at them. Just, like, they were disrespectful, like, they didn't do anything. I'm just, like, of course. It's really awkward.
But you have to get used to that, bro. Like, yeah, man, you can.
I think there were guys smoking like hookah out of like an antler or something, like right outside. Can't remember. You guys were staring at them, weren't you? What were they doing?
He was sharpening his antler horns.
Okay.
Like he was like sharpening an antler. Like I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. Like his
it's downtown. Antler. Yeah, it's downtown Santa Cruz. You gotta expect that happening.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Yeah, there's nothing to expect.
Yeah.
We should transition here.
Oh my god, you had questions? I thought we were just gonna ad-lib this.
No, this isn't questions, but I wanted to do Would You Rather. Just
right.
Well, and I'm sure we'll go tangent to some of these questions.
Let's
just shoot one, bro. Because you know the Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura. You should watch a few of those. Those are freaking hilarious. Okay. It's him and his wife, which is kind of a weird dynamic, but they're freaking hilarious. And they do these Would You Rather's, and they're crack.
No crap. Okay.
Let's see. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty obvious.
That's a terrible question. It's not even fun.
I know.
It's like, do you want to maybe dock for being late to work, Or do you want to do what you're supposed to do? That's the rule in football: is you're 15 minutes early or you're late.
Or you're late. Yeah.
It's a good rule of thumb in general.
But you can also say if you're going to a party and you're always early.
Oh,
you're
I was thinking of work.
No,
sorry,
I know, but there's no specification. That's the thing. So yeah, obviously,
I would never want to show up to a party 20 minutes early.
I know exactly.
Then
you're always that dude who's just awkwardly there, like.
You can tell I've done that before too. Right?
See, that's why the question gets a little tricky.
I was like thinking just in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, in general though, you'd rather be early because then you can never hold.
I can think of people that party a lot that always show up late. Period. Like, I'm not gonna start using names, but I totally think of people like that.
I mean, yeah, it's like if you're there early, you're like, what?
I'm talking about to work and other stuff too, but yeah.
No, I mean, I've had parties where people show up on time and we weren't ready.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, you started at 10. I'm like,
I wonder that convention must be different across the world. I wonder if like Japanese or Chinese or like European people have like different.
No, dude, because I was part of an Arabic fraternity, and so I was all Arabs and like you know. Fresh out of the boat Arabs, like Arabs, right? Like they, you know. Yeah. So.
I met a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. You met a lot of them. So it's a custom. If you say be there at 9, they will be there at 11 p.m.
Okay.
So it's like 2 hours late, or else, you know, it's literally like if you say 10, they'll show up at midnight, and that's not a joke. Like that's not a joke.
Yeah.
People showed up at 1 a.m.
I understand. Yeah.
It's like what? Like you know. So that's probably where I got rubbed off on. Like if you show up early, you're just weird. Would you rather your shirts be always 2 sizes too big or 1 size too small?
I'd rather have them fit and will go too big.
Yeah, well, you can pull off a small shirt, but
because I'm wearing like a relatively small shirt right now.
2 sizes too big is not.
I'd rather go 2
cool.
sizes too big.
Really?
Than 1 too small. I come up.
Okay, what are you? A medium?
I'm like a medium.
Okay, so if you wore a small, it wouldn't be.
It would be bad.
But it wouldn't be that weird. But bro, if you were wearing an XL.
You just tie that puppy.
You look like Soulja Boy in 2001.
But no, you just get like a rubber band, tie it in the back. Have you ever seen those modeling catalogs? They actually do that when they have like paper clips in the back to make the thing look tighter.
Really?
Yeah. You ever seen that?
I don't know, man.
You look at the. So you need to be on the internet more, Ben.
I'm not scrolling through modeling catalogs every day.
That won't me either. It's called Twitter.
Oh, okay, no. I'd probably. Yeah, I would need a bigger shirt. I think I'm not gonna wear a medium.
Shirt. Yeah, medium.
Yeah.
Go walk down.
Just never.
Go walk around.
Always just always uncomfortable probably. But
rip your shirt.
A bigger one.
You turn into like an '80s like action star where every time you flex it.
It just rips. Yeah. Unless it comes back in style, bigger things. You know, you'd want to hope for the best. I guess. Let's see. Would you rather be alone for the rest of your life or always be surrounded by annoying people?
Be alone? Around annoying people?
I would die if I was alone all the time, though. I would rather have a... Nah, fuck. I don't know, dude.
Dude, would you rather have some idiot jabbering about some nonsense you don't want to hear for the rest of your life or just be alone reading books? I'd rather... obviously, there's a balance.
But I'm such a social creature,
I'm a freaking loner, and you know that. Dude. I could just be completely alone and be like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but I can't do it, man. Like, no, I can't be alone.
I need to get. I'm relatively introverted. I can be extroverted, but it's like. Right. How do I put this? It's like I can be fine by myself, but I actually need to get. I tell myself you need to get out and be more social. You will just be on the internet or in a book, just writing and doing your own thing, and you will get a year will go by without me freaking knowing what's going on. That's when I was like 18 and 19. That was when I was like in my own head doing dumb.
See, I mean, obviously, sometimes I tell myself like, dude, you need to chill and be alone tonight and just relax and kick the fuck back, or else you're like never
different personality.
You're never gonna like chill. You're never gonna relax, and you're always gonna be.
I need to actively tell myself you need to go out and do something because you're being a loner.
Yeah, no, I have to tell myself to chill out.
Yeah.
So I guess that question is difficult because it depends on the person. Okay, let's change the pace again a little bit.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I'm gonna ask some questions now that I wrote down or typed out. Would you like to be famous? If so, in what way?
Famous presently. Like now, not like when I die, I'm gonna be famous.
No.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, I think I would like that. I think knowing myself, yeah, I would like the attention. I mean, I'm sure everyone wants to, a little bit, and then, but after a while, they probably like, oh wait, like I don't. Now I can't even go to Safeway without getting bombarded.
You don't want to be Tom Cruise famous.
No.
I wouldn't want to be Tom Cruise famous.
No.
Just like you go down the street, everyone's like wants to get autographs and shake your hand and stuff.
Yeah.
What
I would like to be like B class famous, you know, like Joey Diaz famous, where like you have fans and he's like people know of him, but he's not gonna like get bombarded at like at Rouse because he's so popular. That's probably where I would like to be at,
I don't think I'd want to be famous, but I'd like to have access to as many cool people as possible.
Right.
Not by cool, I don't mean famous like Kim Kardashian. I mean cool like like I wouldn't. I don't know.
That's the first.
I don't know
person I
them.
hang out with.
Yeah, I don't know them. They're a successful family. It is what it is. But I would just want to have like the most extensive network of people that I enjoy being around me at all times. If that was millions of people, or if that was just 100 people, whatever that is, I'd want that. Yeah. And if so, what way? Want to be famous? If I pick something,
well, if you want like a cool network of people,
by being myself.
If you want a cool network of people, it'd probably be the entertainment industry. Because if you're a famous mathematician, you're not gonna have like these. You're not gonna have Dave Chappelle like kicking it. You're not gonna kick with Dave Chappelle.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I guess, but dude, he's such a dude.
There are outliers.
People, how many people like Neil is? He's also entertainment though because he does videos, he does movies, he does documentaries, he does podcasts.
He's probably the most renowned scientist in the world right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So for me, I would just want to have the most access to the amount of people that enhance my life. I know this is kind of like a job interview question, but I genuinely mean that. Because just having a bunch of random people as your fans that like, what if they're a psycho? Like that happens, like stalkers, if you're famous, like you have stalkers, but it's like, I would rather just be around the most amount of cool people I enjoy being around as possible that we all enhance each other's life. Even though that's it seems like a fake answer, but I genuinely
that would be the coolest thing about.
Because if you're like Kanye West famous, you probably have there's probably people that you don't want hanging around you that have access to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm thinking.
That's true.
And if you want to be famous, in what way? I'd just be myself. I don't know if there's any skill I'd want. I just kind of want to get what I deserve, type of thing. Hopefully for better, not worse. Next question.
Yeah, you have some deep questions in here, bro.
I got this from. There's this book that.
The Book of Questions.
The Book of Questions. It's called The Book of Questions. The New York Times bestseller.
Oh man, I don't even.
It wasn't just some random search on the internet.
No, yeah, I thought these came out of your head, but
no. Wait, that'd be a good one too. If I think of one, we'll put it down. We'll talk about it. Do you think the world will be a better or worse place in 100 years?
Better.
Me too. Every trend line says it'll be better.
Yeah.
I think better, but the potential for catastrophe is still there. Obviously, nuclear weapons.
The potential for catastrophe increases. Well, no, actually, no.
To me, it's the
I don't like
the potential for one person to create massive damage has increased because of the internet. I'm not going to give examples because I can tell you off air of a few examples, and then because every trend line I don't want to put that on. Some of them are like really like
one of them's me.
What do you think I've been doing in my free time? So every trend line since since like the scientific revolution has shown large increases in wealth in the world, and as long as we don't deplete our environment and cause political conflict, we'll be good in 100 years. And I think with the internet, we definitely have the ability to create a very equitable world. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Next question.
What do you think will happen to religion?
It's going to be very large in the developing world, and in the wealthy parts of the world, it's going to diminish. Because that's what every trend line's saying.
Yeah.
So, would you rather be extremely successful professionally and have a tolerable yet unexciting private life, or an extremely happy private life and only a tolerable and uninspiring professional life? And in general, I don't like would you rather questions because I think it's possible to have both. So. Yeah, I'd rather have both, obviously, but in this context, which one would you rather have?
In this context...
I know which one of those I have to work on.
Well, I feel like I would be happy in my private life if I was professionally successful. But I guess...
The way the question's constructed is one of those and/or questions, which even in reality, you could probably...
I'd probably have a happier private life.
Me too.
And a tolerable, uninspiring professional life. Tolerable is fine, I guess.
Tolerable, yeah. As long, because it's like there's those people that go crazy with the money and then they're just like kind of hollow inside.
Yeah, and if they get it, then they're like, wait a minute, this isn't. I'm not happy.
to think that money isn't a relief, like when like a paycheck comes in, you don't have to worry about your bills. It's like a weights lifted type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't have to worry about this guy coming after me and this a lot of studies show that as soon as you have enough money to pay your bills and have like something like in the United States, after make $60,000 a year, any increase in income doesn't make people happier. So, but it's like you have to find what your equilibrium is.
Yeah, it plateaus. I think. Yeah, after a certain
everyone's different. Everyone's equilibrium is different.
Yeah, I don't think Bill Gates is happier than, I don't know, Tom Brady.
Maybe. No.
You know?
I'd rather be Tom Brady personally. Just saying.
I mean, Bill Gates is worth like what, like 80 billion or something.
And he has a quote that's like, after $10 million, it's the same hamburger at McDonald's. So it's the same.
He does say that. That's pretty cool.
So it's something like that. You can Google that. This is a weird question. Whom do you admire the most, and in what way does that person inspire you?
Eddie, it's you. Eddie,
oh no!
Get over here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Probably my grandfather.
Grandpa?
Yeah, he's just so selfless. So, yeah, I've never met someone so selfless. So. I mean, love. I mean, his principle is purely love at the core of everything. Mm-hmm. So that is admirable, especially and he's a man who works by principle. And he's old school in that way, I guess. Uh-huh. But which kind of it gets lost in today's society. You don't have such principle oriented people, necessarily. Which, I mean, people can give you shit for saying that, but like, sometimes it gets a little lost, or people don't necessarily know what they believe in. And they don't really orient themselves around any sort of...
They don't have a belief system. They don't have a value system, basically.
Yeah, they don't have a value system, and there's no pool in which they operate. It's just kind of a free, which is fine too. It's more of a modern way of thinking, but, he's very foundational, and it's just purely love and generosity, and yeah, I've never met anybody like him. So that'd be him, I think.
After that answer, I'm not. Yeah. That was just for you.
What were you going to say, Tom Brady?
No, that's not Tom Brady.
No, wait, why can't? That's not fair. You gotta say something.
No. Well, life isn't fair.
What? That was a pretty sob story answer. But.
Okay, I guess this is kind of an interesting one, especially nowadays. Would you accept $1 million American to leave the country and never set foot in it again? No, is my answer.
Wait, say that again.
Would you accept $1 million to leave the country and never set foot in it again? No. Because America, you can make way more than $1 million. And I don't want to go on my patriotic rants, but there's a lot of other reasons why, too.
No.
Yeah. In any country in the world, you can easily make more than $1 million.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a ridiculous question.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't leave the country.
Leaving this country is never setting back is way...
It would be more of an interesting question for someone who wasn't from this country.
Yeah.
That's more of an interesting answer for somebody else. But like, I mean, what am I never like? My family only has to fly 1,000 miles to see me. Like, I don't know. But anyway.
Okay, if you knew let's do the last one. Which one?
Since adolescence, I like that one.
Let's do it. Okay, let's do that one.
Since adolescence, in what 3-year period do you feel you experienced the most personal growth and change? That's a good question. Ooh.
3-year period. I would say for me it was like 16 to 19 or 17 to 20. The most personal change.
Yep.
Because for me, once high school ended, how about this? You kind of let go of the persona of trying to fit in, and then you're really open to like you need to find who you are, and that was the time frame where I kind of became a loner because like when you're around a lot of people, they're gonna influence you, but if you want to try and find out who you really are, you need to kind of spend time alone, just doing your thing. Yeah. And I became a loner doing that. So I kind of found who I was because I was trying to play like the cool jock kind of, but that wasn't who I was. I wanted to be in the library reading comic books. I wanted to be but I didn't want to get made fun of, type of thing.
Yeah. Well, you said 16 and 19.
I would say 16, 19, or 17 and 20.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say too.
Because everyone in high school is just trying to fit in.
I think
really, my mindset is just get through this, dude. I don't want to be here.
I would probably say 18 to 21 actually. I think all throughout high school I was pretty much the same person, but then when I turned 18, and like towards just throughout my senior year, there was a change, and then right when I graduated, just the people that I connected with, and then just things that had happened, and then and then I started focusing in school, like cause
me too.
I didn't give up. And but
I wish if I knew what I wanted to do, I wish I had, because then it just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
But it's like
I also
what do you expect from a bunch of teenagers?
No, exactly. And when I started Cabrillo, I was like, I need to focus. And I also had kind of a revelation, like I don't need to know what I don't want to do, but I know that I'm going to be in school, so I might as well just do the best that I can do without necessarily a goal yet.
Yeah.
But it'll come. Yeah. So that's where I had this and. Yeah,
that's when I really started developing my own internal compass and kind of just like.
But I would also say in the last, since from 20 to 24, 23, like right, 21 to 23 right now, I feel like I've changed so much too. And there's so much that had happened, so it's like, that's so hard.
I don't think I've necessarily changed, but I kind of found who I was and I've doubled down on it because that's who I actually am type of thing.
Yeah.
And I've had friends and other people drop out, obviously. I mean, that's part of life kind of, but it's like, you just, like, the way I see it is if you just be who you are, who's naturally supposed to be your life will fall in and everything else will drop off. Because you can't please everyone. That's impossible. So.
Yeah, I would say 18 to 21.
Yeah. There's something else I want to say. I can't remember. Yeah, it got me a little emotional, buddy. Maybe I don't want to go like in depth of everything, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to call it there?
Sure. I mean, I guess that's a good place to end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good ending.
Hope everyone enjoyed.